today. Lots of things are happening in our world with world affairs going on as well. Gladys has got some things to answer to the ICAC. I think Mike Baird's got some questions to answer to the ICAC with our Liberal government. But that's what it is, guys. It's, there's been a lot of political football going on. Like this Badgerys Creek Airport, this was going on before I was even fucking born. Like, they've only just started building this thing, and I think it'll be done in 2026, so hopefully there's going to be more public transport around my local area. Now, wouldn't it be awesome? I could just catch a flight to fucking Amsterdam around the corner from my house. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Get a plane to Amsterdam. I'd love to go to Amsterdam. That's a dream of mine. Go to Amsterdam, party in Amsterdam. No, but a lot of good things have been happening in my life. I've been doing my breath work. Did my breath work this morning. I'm on a 30-day challenge of my breath work as well. And I watched a movie yesterday called Commando by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was a really great movie. Like had some fantastic scoring in it as well. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is a very good actor. And if you can watch, I might even go and watch The Terminator again. I think he's played in the what do they call it? Expendables. Sylvester Stallone. Great movie, great film scoring as well. Very lovely film scoring. That's when you have a great score to the film scene, it really helps with the acting, and it had some great stunt work in it. I think this movie was done in when was this movie done? Let me have a look. Commando movie. It was with Arnold Schwarzenegger, 1985. Mark L. Lester directed the film. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ray Dawn Chong, Alyssa Milano. Wow. This is a great movie. Really good movie. In 1985, and they pulled some really fucking great stunts for that era of film. And they didn't have all, special effects what we see today. But that was really, really good stuff. Really awesome. Some great scenes, great photography as well. They didn't have drones back then like we have it now. They had it harder, but man, that was awesome. There's a couple of scenes he just blows all this shit up, man. That was some good. That's some great film work, great stunt work as well, great cinematography in that film, and that's definitely worth a watch for all my audiences on the Stephen Shields radio show. And we're getting into we're in October, Thursday the 21st of October right now. I'm on the Spotify Greenroom. I love the app as well. The weather where I am, looking at cloudy, partly cloudy, top of 21 degrees, with a low of 13 degrees. Tomorrow, Friday, predicted 25 degrees with a low of 12 degrees. Saturday is going to be 31 with a low of 14. And Sunday is going to be 23 degrees with a low of 11 degrees. And always good to keep updated the weather. I took the shirt off this morning, had a coffee, get my vitamin D as well. Hello. And get my vitamin D, did that. And basically, if you're getting that hour of sunlight a day, which is highly recommended, you got to get that hour of sunlight, because you've got to recharge those cells. And it's like breath work has taught me to recharge my body recharge my mind. I did breath work last night with Stress Fit on the Insight Timer app with Oscar Phoenix, and it was a practice inspired by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So I did that before bed, and yesterday I'd say I had a bad day, and I felt my mind was just when your mind's just all over the place. The shops have opened up, it was busy, it was chaotic because so used to the 2 months of lockdown, and now we come out of lockdown and it's busy, it's chaotic. Thank God people are not panic buying because I'm just over it. Really, I'm over it. But there's still good in this world, There is still good in our world, guys. And just got to, stay positive, keep doing affirmations as well, and just live life to the best that you can live. If you get up in the morning, I find first thing in the morning is great to do my affirmations. So I do that. And, just keep up with it. Just keep up with those affirmations. Because it is true what you put out there. Be careful what you wish for. It's quoted by Jason Stevenson, who's been a recent guest on the podcast as well. And I'm just sitting outside, listening to the birds, try and get in nature as much as you can. That's what Wayne Dyer recommends, nature. And, but yeah, a lot of things have changed in our world, and it's, how do I put it? It's, just keeping fit and healthy and doing the best work that I can do is just much better for me. And just being happy, knowing that I'm going to travel in the future because I love traveling. I want to travel Australia. I want to go to Perth, South Australia, Tasmania, even northern Queensland, Townsville. I'd love to go out there when I can. But, we live in an age where there is just so much information overload out there. We got the internet, we've got all these online courses, we've got all these apps, binge. I've found my experience with binge learning, it just, I don't retain the information for some reason, because it just goes in one ear out the other. It's just all this information being bombarded at once, and I can't retain it. I think, I'm listening to some of my audio books for the third time, and I'm starting to pick it up. Zig Ziglar, I'll re-listen to Deepak Chopra as well. He's very good. And I've found that, listening to, re-listening to material, I found gives me a brighter understanding of knowledge as well. So this is what it is. It's, last year, because of the pandemic, everything moved on Zoom, which is okay. But, we live in a world where we're always distracted and we're always constantly stimulated by social media, email. I know, fucking hell, I'm checking my email too much. So I'm trying to limit my emails and my social media, definitely social media, because, it's just constant stimulation, and there's no value in that. at all. There's just no value in binge watching, binge learning, binging this, binging that. So I don't know. I really don't know. As you can hear the birds in the background talking. And you can hear I think that's a cicada. Isn't that amazing? Like, what I'll even do, I'll just even, next door neighbours, they got horses. If they'd come over, I'll just sit and just watch the horses or watch the birds. Even mowing the lawns too can be a nice little therapy. As you can hear them now. We live in a world where we're just always just constantly stimulated and bombarded with fucking advertising in the newspapers, news media. And they know this, like, they know how to get you hooked. Especially advertising. Like, when you go to the shops, they play music to get you to impulse buy, afterpay, like, and all these zip pay. They want society to live in debt now, the buy now, pay later schemes. And it's become, I don't know why it's become like this, but it's just not cool. It just ain't cool at all. So, I wonder how the music industry is going to be after this pandemic. Will it be the same? I'll let you decide that. I'll let you decide that. You wouldn't believe last night, 10 o'clock at night, I hear this fucking helicopter. Oh, God. I think there's all these police helicopters flying around our area. I fucking hate that. Jeez, I hate that. I can just want to go to bed. I try to aim for me 7 to 8 hours sleep at night. Like, definitely getting me sleep is very important. Very important. Because if you're not sleeping properly, you're not going to function properly. You're going to lose concentration. You're going to have a low sex drive. You're going to get cranky. So sleep is very important. And it's when you're sleep deprived. I've been sleep deprived in my undergraduate degree days, and yeah, it's not good. You got to get your sleep. But we've got 2 listeners in the audience. Do you want to come on stage and talk wherever you're from? Come and introduce yourselves and tell me what you're doing with your career and what your future aspirations and goals are going to be in life. Because Earl Nightingale said, if people who have goals have purpose in their life, and if you fail on your goals, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't get into that whole Tony Robbins thing of, I've got to be a successful fucking billionaire to live the best life that I can live. You know, and this is what I find with some of these motivational speakers. They only tell you what you want to hear, not what you don't want to hear. I'm sure Tony Robbins had the hard times that he doesn't talk about. So you got to find your speakers that you relate to. Like I found Louise Hay, Wayne Dyer as well have helped me because they just explain things properly. And simplistic things too. Like there's so much information on social media about spirituality, and you got to find the right path for you. And just be you in your life. Don't copy someone else. Be you. You know, and hello, Kelly, how are you?
Hi, Stephen. I totally agree with you. I have this conversation, at least with myself, if not other people, quite frequently. Because, you know, this is actually what causes, I think, imposter syndrome for a lot of people who have a really solid stand on who they are and what they're about. Because we think that we have to be like someone else, or we're, you know, somebody else is already doing it. But you actually, like, we not communicate differently. The way that I show up. And so for other people, I might say the same thing, but it's totally different than somebody else.
Yeah.
On YouTube, you know?
Exactly right. That's our world we're living in today with all social media. These influencers, I just feel like big corporations are just taking over the world and they don't care anymore. You know, the impulse buying too, and it's just, I don't know. Just be you, I guess. Find you.
That's the problem. We've been taught for centuries to deny knowing that, to ignore who we are, and so therefore nobody knows. Nobody even knows how to do that. It's literally not something you're taught. You're taught to not.
Oh, exactly. It's like I noticed on YouTube, there's all these trends lately, and it's like they want me to do videos about the latest trends, but that's not me. You know, I do videos what I want to do videos about.
Well, that's what you should do, because eventually that will take hold if you're doing it with, like, respect to yourself, you know? Like, you're showing up exactly like the things that I coach people to are the things that I personally need to experience. Like in Pilates is an easy example. If I feel like I need to work on something in my body, that's what I'm going to teach that week or for however long. And it's always a good insight for everybody else too, because like those people show up and they relate or connect to who I am. And it's kind of just this collective experience, you know, for the people that you connect with.
Well, it's amazing Pilates. I do yoga too. I do Hatha, restorative, and Yin yoga. And I've got a yoga app called Down Dog. And last year in the pandemic, they gave free subscriptions. So that's a company that if I could invest in, I'd invest in a company like that helps people. Because I really like yoga.
How do you feel about working off of an app versus, because teaching live, like people do a lot better than they do, you know, when you show up as for that person in that moment, it's so much easier to progress through whatever it is you're learning than when you just like watch a video and try to copy and follow along. It's so much harder for me to be motivated.
Well, I play like my own music in the background as well. I mean, Down Dog Yoga app, and I've got another one called Pocket Yoga, so I can customize all my poses. But yeah, I've done yoga in a class. It is better when you're in a class, but if you can't make it, you know, I've got my own yoga mat at home. Even just doing it in nature, if you can, on the beach is nice. And breathing in fresh air. I'm sure that's the same with Pilates, isn't it?
Yeah, I do classical Pilates, so it's all work basically. You know, your body. You know, just standing here right now, sitting with my daughter, which is not a long ago. But I could easily utilize my understanding of my body to really exercise all these things. It's really about needing those like conscious connections to yourself. And that's also like about how you know who you are, your intuition, or any of those things. It's always it's conscious connections. And
Where are you? You sound like there's noise in the background.
I am in a
Kelly.
pickup line at my daughter's school, who is coming out now. So yeah, I'll have to go. But it's good seeing you, Stephen.
Yeah, good. You'll be on. Thanks
I'll
for coming on the
talk to you
podcast.
again soon. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, so that's it. Like, if you got questions in your life, like, who am I as well? That's a question asked by David G. Who am I? There is a meditation by David G. called, I think, Who Am I? He says in his work. But that's what we've noticed in life is all the trends as well. You know, but it's just like no one wants to help each other anymore, like the old days, at all. What I'll do, I'll end the podcast today. I'd like to thank all my listeners for joining in. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Stephen Shields Radio Show on wherever you get your podcasts. I'm on Spotify, Apple, Overcast, pretty much all over the internet. And turn on notifications so you don't miss a new episode every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. I'll leave it there. Have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wherever you are in the world. Bye for now.